now is I want us to get out your phones so that you can self-evaluate. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let soprano altos go, and I'm going to keep the basses and tenors until 8 o'clock. All right? So this is what I want to say first. I went through and gave you my evaluation today, but I noticed that some of you are not doing your self-evaluation. If you don't have the grade spreadsheet, let me know and I can re-invite you to it. But there was probably 6, maybe 5 or 6 people who had no grades. Some of them had no grades at all. Some of them had no grades for this last week. So, whom can I help? Who doesn't have what they need? I think everybody does. So remember, what you're asking yourself now is, was I clear? Okay? Clear, or first of all, you're giving yourself a point for being here. Was I clear? What about all of that, the stuff we were talking about in the Chinese piece? That's about clarity of message. What about all the stuff we did with vowels? That's clarity. It's not about how you mastered it, but how were you striving to? You know, if you were giving it your all, that's a 3. If not, if middle ways, a 2. And if not very much effort, that's a 1. Okay? Now, were you competent? Were you here on time? Did you have your pencil? Were you kind of a team player? Were you the one marking your music? If somebody said, hey, where are we? You can say, we're right here at measure 13. That would be your maximum 1 or 2 or 3 points. And finally, were you compelling? I saw some nice faces up there during Only in Sleep because somebody was kind of getting into the pathos of what the song is about, or I shouldn't say song, what the piece is about. Okay? So, grade yourself accordingly. So, if you add 1 for being here, 3, 3, and 3, you have the possibility of a maximum of 10. So when I go to your spreadsheets this week, I want to see that you've entered something.